friends, and welcome to Yin Yoga. Today we are going to be focusing on awakening our inner strength and really looking to our emotional resilience. We also are going to be adding in this aspect of the full moon in Capricorn. So this full moon that is happening tomorrow is a great opportunity for you to really look at the structures that are in your life. There's going to be swift change happening. Maybe it's been happening. This is an ending to some cycle in your life, some aspect of your life having to do with structure in your family, relationships, career, in whatever it is that you're devoted to. So this is really a time of illumination as to what it is that you are stepping into, that you are devoted to. Maybe there is a thought pattern, a structure that you are needing to let go of to really embrace your full power. So keeping that in mind today as we move through our practice and really thinking about these aspects of ourselves that are looking to be revealed, that are looking to be bright, that this moon is illuminating. So this ties into awakening our inner strength because this is an opportunity for us to really step into our power, to really embrace our fullness and do something different. Do something that is maybe outside of your comfort zone, outside of the structure. And within that, as we are talking about this entire week's practice being emotional resilience is one aspect of awakening our inner strength, this brings a sense of fear maybe there's excitement, but with fear, during times of change, finding a way back to that space of regulation. So I said there will be some swift changes. There may be some structures that are falling away. Maybe you're deciding you hate your job and you want to do something different. Maybe there's something in your life that's needing a change right now. And the universe right now, the cosmos are coming together to really support you in this, and that may mean that there is a sudden unexpected change that could be happening. So tapping into our emotional resilience and being able to bring ourselves to a space of regulation in our nervous system, in our emotions, and in our physical bodies to feel that from the inside out and come back to a regulated state. Resilience doesn't mean that we stay here. It means that when we encounter changes throughout our day, throughout our life, we're able to quickly, with good reason, quickly move into a space of regulation. We don't want to stay stuck down in that shutdown state because quick changes could put us in a survival state. And so finding ways to come back into the heart-centered space, or at least come back into this place where we can feel like we have the power to make choices for ourselves, for our lives, and move forward with that power harnessed within us, coming into our center and really stepping forward into the life that you want to create. So with that said, let's go ahead and take a seat in Sukhasana, or find a version of Sukhasana that you would like to be in today. We'll just start with a brief meditation. So if sitting is not comfortable for you, you can also take Shavasana, laying down, and just finding a comfortable place to rest. Take a moment to settle into your practice, to arrive here in this space. Place the hands on the knees or at your sides, palms facing up to receive here. And just become aware of your sit bones, the places that you have contact with the earth, and we're just grounding into our practice here, letting the breath settle in the body, let it flow organically. As you become aware of the earth beneath you, just beginning to think about the support that you feel here, the structure beneath you. This full moon in Capricorn has us thinking about our structures in our life. So maybe during this introduction, something came alive for you, something that's shifting or changing structurally in your life, and just think about what that might be. Bringing that to mind here. Drawing awareness to it. Not really attaching any stories here. We're just noticing what structures may be shifting in your life. Become aware of the breath, not shifting to change it, just becoming aware. Let the shoulders drop down away from the ears and maybe roll them down the back. Really opening the heart center, lifting the heart space a little here. Creating a little more length in the spine. So the crown of your head has a golden string attached to it, and we're just drawing our crown of our head towards the sky. Heart center lifts as we become aware of the breath, thinking about our intention for our practice today. What intention would you like to set for this practice, for the full moon in Capricorn that's happening? We can begin to dive into this energy. We can begin to harness it. What is it in your life that you are currently devoted to? What is the thing that you are passionate about? What's coming alive for you that you're really excited about and that you just want to embrace fully? Think about that as we focus on the heart center awakening here. Astrologically, Venus is also supporting us here during this full moon, really just giving us so much grace and love, supporting us on our journey. Once you've set your intention, bring your awareness to your solar plexus. And we'll begin to think about this place, our center, our powerhouse. And this is the place where we find our strength energetically. This is the place where we make decisions, where we find our strength to move through difficult scenarios, where we feel centered and capable to make choices, to decide what we're going to do in our life with ease. So tapping into this place, just imagine this golden light being here in your belly. And bring to mind a time where you were able to make a clear choice, where you were able to really harness your inner strength and know the choice that is right for you. And to really make that choice, you have two ways that you can go. You can avoid a situation. You can make a choice to stay quiet, to back down, to take an easy route, or you can make the choice to be courageous, And as we're thinking about this, what's really coming to mind here is the polyvagal theory. So we're thinking about this system of energy within us, and we have our dorsal vagal nerve, which is at our root, really, and this is the place that we shut down, that we, may go into retreat mode. And then there's the place of our solar plexus. This is the place where, we may activate that parasympathetic nervous system. And this is the moment that you really have that choice, or that makes that decision in your nervous system to retreat. And sometimes that is helpful and useful, but we don't want to stay there. We want to come back into this space and really make a choice to step forward and coming into our heart center, into our ventral vagal. We're coming into that space of having courage to step into our best version of us, our favorite version of us, this next phase, taking this next step. So just see for a moment here if we can breathe within these spaces and just follow the breath from the space of your solar plexus at your center here. Just follow the breath, exhaling as we come down, drawing awareness to the root. And as you inhale, coming back through your center and landing in the heart space. And just follow the flow of breath here, nice and easy. Good. Now come back to the heart space and allow your awareness to settle there, just affirming your intention for this practice one final time. Setting your intention to step into whatever version of you feels most aligned. To really embrace your power and step into your fullest potential. We'll go ahead and just start by walking the hands out in front. Just let the head hang heavy here, just beginning to really stretch and move into this practice. Begin to feel the hips begin to release, the lower back begins to have maybe some sensation there. So we won't stay here too long, just allowing our head to hang heavy and to really just draw awareness to your root. And in this space, think of a time where you felt you needed to retreat, where there was some catalyst to something happening and it caused you to maybe step back, to shut down, to retreat, and go into that flight instead of the fight. So we have our fight or flight response. So thinking of a time, if it feels safe for you to do so, where it was necessary for you to be in that space, and really thinking about what the circumstances were around that, and thinking of maybe the the reasoning why that needed to be a space for you, where that comes from, and finding some deeper understanding of this structure of safety within you. And we'll walk the hands all the way back, slowly coming up, bringing the head up last. We'll bring the right leg out, extending the right leg, toes flexed towards the body, left foot towards the inside of the right leg. And maybe you want to bring a block here or a bolster. You may want to place a block underneath this left side. You may want to bring your bolster over here to the right side. And we'll find that nice long spine here. And then on the inhale, circle sweep the arm up on the left side and resting your right arm on the bolster. Draw the left shoulder towards the back of the room and really reach with the left fingertips, feeling into the stretch on the left side body. Just beginning to awaken the spine here, beginning to draw energy upwards. Upwards from the root of the side body. Our arms are connected to our hearts, our heart center. So we're thinking about this process of coming out of our root center and drawing energy in an upward motion. And you don't have to leave your left arm up. At any time you can release that left arm and just think about where you'd like to be, where you can hold this posture. And just feeling into that opening in the left side body. Let the breath travel into this space. Sinking the left hip down. And inhale, draw all the way back through center. Let's just release both legs out in front and just walk the hands out again here, letting the head hang heavy. We're not pulling here or grabbing, we're just allowing our hands or maybe our forearms to come to rest on the floor here, wherever you'd like to be. Just let the spine round here for a moment. And take 5 breaths here, nice and slow. And walk the hands back. This time drawing the right foot in towards the inside of the left thigh. We'll move our bolster over to the other side. If you'd like a block underneath the right thigh. And finding that length in your spine here, nice and tall, sit bones in contact with the earth. And we're really sinking that right hip down here. Even just with our intention, keeping that right hip really connected with the earth and rooted. As we inhale, circle sweep the right arm upward and come into that side body opening on the right side now. Right shoulder drawing towards the back of the room, fingertips reaching, and breathing into that space. Again, we're drawing this energy from our root center upwards towards our heart and beyond. And there's an invitation here to begin to think about maybe the ways in which you are able to come out of that space. So if there is something that has brought you into a place of shutting down, of retreating, of taking some space for yourself to feel safe, what are the ways in which you find helpful to begin to come out of that space? And maybe this is something that you have struggled with, something that's been difficult. If you can think of one thing that is helpful to you to begin to find safety outside of retreat. So maybe that is journaling. Maybe it's taking a walk outside, connecting with a friend. What is it in your life? What ways are you able to rely on the structures in your life that are supportive to you to help bring you into a place where you feel confident and strong? What are some things that you can do for yourself that invoke strength from within? Dropping that arm whenever you'd like, still reaching the crown towards the left shoulder, left side of the room here, creating that length, sinking the right hip down. Inhale, coming back through center here. We'll come into tabletop. So bringing your blanket to your mat to support your knees if needed, or folding over those sides of your mat to support there if you are in need of that. And coming through tabletop with our knees stacked underneath our hips and our wrists stacked under our shoulders. Palms pressed into the earth and really gripping the mat here, finding a sense of stability here. A nice neutral posture. Our tops of our feet are pressed into the mat as well. And maybe a gentle drawing of the navel in towards the spine, just to create some support here in the core. Pressing into the earth with the hands and finding a nice stable neutral posture. Here we'll be accessing a lot of activity in our solar plexus. So really paying attention to this area as we move through cat-cows. So on the inhale, we'll drop the belly, tailbone rises, and our heart center comes forward. Gaze rises forward or slightly skyward. Exhale, pressing into the mat, rounding the spine, drawing the navel in towards the spine. Tuck the tailbone. Inhale, coming into cow, dropping the belly again, opening the heart center. So we're beginning to draw this energy in towards the heart. Awakening the heart space, opening the heart to our courage, maybe awakening that intention that we set for our practice. Exhale, coming into cat, pressing into the earth, rounding the spine, drawing the navel in. Really connecting with our power here. Inhale, drop the belly, open the heart space. So feeling into this energy flow from the solar plexus into the heart. With the breath, at your own pace, move through these cat-cows, nice and easy. As you inhale, drawing that breath into the heart center. Exhale, drawing it back into the belly. You can begin to take some atypical movements. Maybe it feels good to send the hips back, to make some circles with the hips, or isolating the rib cage. Paying close attention to how our breath and movement is connected here. Maybe our breath, our mindfulness practices are ways that we can come back to our center, ways that we can regulate our nervous system to ground and center in and really find that place of power within you. Take some time here to really explore the corners of your body. When you're ready, coming back into a neutral tabletop position, bring the big toes together and walk the knees out to the edges of your mat. Send the hips back and come into Balasana or wide-legged child's pose here. Walk the hands out and let the heart center open towards the earth. You can also bring a bolster here for more support, placing that between the legs, between your knees, and resting your body on the bolster. If you are feeling any sensitivity in the lower back, you can also bring the knees in a little further. That will help support the lower back here. So find the option that works best for you and settle into this space of opening the heart to the earth. We are open to releasing anything that's holding us back. We are seeding our intention for this practice, for this full moon, towards the earth, asking for the earth to support us, for these earth energies to be a nourishing space supporting us in our journey. Gaze comes forward here. You walk the hands out, coming into Sphinx pose. Bring the legs out long. Just finding your way to having your belly on the mat and your legs out long behind you. Elbows stacked underneath the shoulders. Forearms pressed into the earth here. Let go of any tension that you may be holding in your glutes or in your legs, and just let them rest here. Let them be held by the earth beneath you. Let your roots be free and supported. Draw the shoulder blades together and open the heart center towards the front of the mat, front of the room, however you're oriented here. And come into awareness of the breath. Focusing on our bellies here, our solar plexus, this place of our ability to make choices for ourselves, to feel strong, to feel like we are resourced and supported. Just breathe into this space. This is also the space where we often formulate stories about our strength or our self, our sense of self. Maybe there's a story that you are letting go of during this full moon cycle. Maybe there's a story you need to let go of. Some structure, some idea that's ready to be released. As you exhale here, think about why that was there, why it served its purpose. And now it's time to release it towards the earth, to be held, to be transmuted into power that you can gain back. And you feel that sense of empowerment arise within you as you alchemize the things that no longer serve you. You come into the space of the heart center and you begin to find your courage in knowing that you can embody and embrace your love for whatever it is that you're passionate about, that you can move from a place of joy and connection to others, to deeper parts of yourself. You find the courage to stand for the things that you believe in, and to live a heart-centered life. Breathe into the heart space here. Let it be open and let the energy flow freely here. Exhale, lower all the way down, bringing the forearms to the mat, resting your forehead. Just taking 5 deep breaths here. Just allow yourself to rest a little. When you're ready, come to laying on your back on your mat. As we find our way to our back, our knees are bent and our feet are hip distance apart, arms at your sides here, and just allow the knees to move in a windshield wiper motion back and forth, nice and slow. Keeping our hip bones, our hips really rooted into the earth here. We're not lifting, just going to where we can still remain in contact with the earth below, but our knees can gently move side to side. Exhaling as the knees fall to one side. Inhaling as the knees come back through center. And exhaling to the opposite side. And the next time your knees are moving to the left, go ahead and let them stay there. So you may want to shift the hips over to the right to find an alignment that works well for you. Letting the knees fall to the left, arms out to a T, gaze comes over the right fingertips, shoulders in contact with the earth as much as possible. Really focusing this as a twist, a supine twist for our solar plexus, for our spine. And just think about releasing anything here that is no longer needed, that no longer serves your purpose, that no longer serves you in your life. Just beginning to let that all go. Anything that's left there after today's practice, just let it go. Inhale, draw the knees back up through center. Shift the hips back through center. If you've shifted them over to the right. And draw the knees in towards the chest, grabbing on wherever you can. Give them a little squeeze, a little rock side to side here, massaging our lower back. And drop the feet back down to the mat. Shifting the hips now to the left and letting the knees fall over to the right. Arms out to a T and gaze can come over the left fingertips here. Just focusing on that same energy of release and letting go. Inhale, drawing the knees back through center, shifting the hips through center. Locate your blocks and we'll come into a supported butterfly. So bring the soles of the feet together, let the knees fall open, and placing your blocks or books, pillows, blankets, towels, whatever you have at home with you as support. Place the hands on the rib cage, at your sides, or on the inside of the thighs, wherever feels most comfortable to you. Tuck the chin in towards the chest, creating a little bit of length in the back of the neck. And begin to just draw awareness to that intention that you set. And thinking about the practice today and how you were able to move through this practice effortlessly. Maybe there was a time of challenge for you, and thinking about how you were able to allow yourself the space to practice a growth mindset and to be kind to yourself and to let go of judgment about anything that happened or didn't happen here today. As we're in this Supta Baddha Konasana, the reclined butterfly posture, we're thinking about the openness, the transformations that are taking place in our life, stepping into our power, taking our strength back. Maybe it's been given away, taken away through situations in your life, through structures, relationships. And moving into this next chapter, this next cycle, with a sense of courage. And maybe we begin to really think about and envision in your mind's eye what this next step will look like. What is one small step? It doesn't have to be a grand gesture. One small step that you can take to align with that version of you that feels strong, that is your favorite version of you. feel free to stay here if you'd like, or release the blocks and come into whatever version of Shavasana that you would like to be in. If the lower back is sensitive, you can bring the feet to the edges of the mat and maybe let the knees fall in towards each other. Or you can come out into the traditional posture, corpse pose. Let the feet fall open, take up some space on your mat, palms facing up to receive and palms facing down to ground. And just begin to let go of the practice, let go of any judgments, worries. Just allow yourself this time here to rest, to integrate all of the work that you've done, to let your body really take in all of the energetic and physical work that you've done today. Let the mind settle. Let go of any shape of the breath. And just be here. Begin to create some movement in the fingers and the toes, awakening back into the space, creating movement in the body, maybe taking a big stretch. And whenever you're ready, coming to a seated position, rolling to one side, and making your way up in whatever way is intuitive to you. Coming back into Sukhasana, and this is where we started our practice today. So finding that connection again with the earth below. Just taking a moment here of gratitude, placing the hands on the heart center here, and just taking pause here to thank yourself for showing up, to create this space, to connect with deeper parts of you, to take a pause from the outside world, to set meaningful intentions as we move forward through our weekend into the illumination of this Capricorn full moon. It is my greatest wish that you carry the benefit of this practice with you throughout the rest of your day.